Hello everyone. This year's Human Rights Day theme relates to the COVID-19 pandemic and focuses on the need to build back better by ensuring human rights as a central for recovery efforts. We will reach our common global goal only if we are able to create equal opportunities for all, address the failures and exposed and exploited by the COVID-19 and apply human rights standards. 10 December is an opportunity to reaffirm the importance of human rights in rebuilding the world we want, the need for global solidarity as well as interconnectedness and shared humanity.
Harshraj Gatti has served as a journalist for close to a decade. Formerly, he was employed as a crime beat reporter for Deccan Herald and as a state correspondent for the Indian Express based out of Bengaluru and Goa. In 2012, he was awarded fellowship by the Department of Personnel Training, Union Ministry of Home Affairs for his research on Right to Information Act. In 2017, he started news media agency Subs and Scribes Media Ventures, catering to the news requirements of media portals such as First Post, Outlook Media, The Quint and others. Mr. Gatti was also part of the media contingent of the Ministry of Defence for the coverage of Aero India in 2019. Besides heading his venture, Mr. Harsha is also a certified trainer for media houses by Google on identification of fake news and fact-checking. Until recently, he was a visiting faculty at Nitte Institute of Communication, and this year he joined St. Agnes College as a guest faculty for Department of Journalism. At present, he is the assistant professor at Department of Journalism, St. Agnes College. He was also the student president at Aloysius Pre-University College for the year 2004 and 2005.
Good morning friends, this is Harsha here. First of all, thank you for inviting me on today's panel on International Human Rights Day. The domain which I come from is mass communication and journalism, and here one of the fundamental human rights that we always are seen discussing is the right to speech and expression, that is Article 19(1)(a). Be it rich, poor, irrespective of gender, irrespective of age, almost everybody can very fundamentally say that this is one right that we are entitled to. The Constitution is the protector of the right, and the original idea of the rights like freedom of speech and expression was given as an opportunity for human beings to explore their fullest potential, okay, so that they can see how maximum they can develop themselves and evolve during their mortal course of existence. Also, you can see the transition over a period of time because of technological investments. Mass communication was limited to certain section, probably well financed or resourced, maybe a political class or a business class or probably a media house. Now the digital evolution has made it possible that everybody has almost equal opportunity or space when it comes to expressing their thoughts or their ideas. Everybody is on the same page. In fact, if you see today, people are more interested to become relevant than pursue their materialistic goals, okay. But in the process, as mass communication studies, we are also examining right now that when whole world, everybody who has access to digital platform is speaking, okay, our concern is who is listening, okay. Is it just exchange of words? Is it just forwarding of messages? Or is someone actually digesting and acting on it? That is what we are interested to look at, okay. And the second thing is that whether the freedom of expression should be responsible. I mean, generally when you speak about freedom of expression, you express a qualified opinion from a learned person or a critique, okay, or someone who has observed from his point of view. But what happens with the digital platform is it gives you a lot of scope for anonymity, and in the process there are a good number of instances or cases which I don't have to explain to you guys, where people have misused, okay, their freedom of expression by defamatory statements or provocative statements or instigating statements, insulting someone, and thereby taking the entire logic of freedom of speech and expression to a deconstructive mode, which is not helping anybody except for creating some kind of tension, okay, which cannot be dealt with rationally. So we are examining all these parameters. While we really appreciate that, you know, everybody is on board, on the same page when it comes to, you know, giving a space to express ourselves, the question that we are putting out to you guys or to everyone who's listening is, you know, should the space be utilized more constructively? Should people be held accountable for their words? Okay, should there be consequences? We are not saying this, we are just throwing a thought. In fact, we are ourselves, we are pondering. Okay, can my statement, can I violate someone with my statement, and should I bear the consequence or not? Okay, this is the thought. Can I assault someone with my statement or my words, and can I go without any accountability? On the other hand, we suggest people who are on the social media or internet is that, especially the youngster, is that you go out, observe, look, learn, and then speak. Okay, because that will include something new or interesting to the knowledge base of your audience. On the other hand, you know, we sit just on the back of the desk, okay, and without any any exposure to reality, we make comment, we pass statements that probably has been passed on to us by some of our, you know, some of people within our circle. There is no generation of new ideas. Okay, there is expression, but there is no growth, there is no development. So what one of the appeals, safely I can say, is that, you know, if you really want to express, and there are a good number of things, there are a good number of hard-hitting realities that are going outside, okay, outside the comfort of your city or town, okay, or within your city or town for that matter. You go there, look at it, okay, get in your observation, genuine observation, okay, and you have n number of platforms, equipments, okay, be it camera, be it your recording devices, you have your mobile phones, okay, use the technology constructively, be somehow useful for the society, okay, in uplifting or, you know, helping, and in that way every one of us can grow. Probably I can learn something from you, you can learn something from all of us, and that's probably one of the best ways how we can go about using our right to speech and expression. So here's just my thought on how we can go about using our speech and expression. And also it is a little bit reminder also, as much as we read article 19.1a, we must also refer to the next one, article 19.2, which says about, you know, freedom of limitations for your speech and expression. Yeah. So if everybody dwells on that also, probably that may be more constructive. Yeah. With that, I just leave you with my thoughts, and all the best for your event. That's all from mine. Thank you so much.
Let's see the depiction of some human rights by the students of St. Aloysius PU College.